He's got 57 on his live. Oh my god. Right, are we ready? I'm shitting a brick. Hey,
Good evening. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. And yourself?
I'm really good, thank you. Really, really good.
Good,
Really,
I'm
really
glad.
good.
Good. I see you just got like 50 odd in your live, and I just minor panic attack. Not gonna lie.
It's all right. Listen, we've people are interested, so
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm happy. We're
Good.
we're away for the weekend, but I still wanted to do this.
Oh bless you. We could have rearranged it. I didn't want to.
No. It's all good. It was. I had this arranged with you before than us going away, so
Oh, but still, we could have
no, it's
waited.
absolutely fine. As you can probably see, I'm sat in 30-something Singleton's booth.
Wow,
So
check you out.
yeah,
Where was our
exactly.
invite? We could have done it as a social distancing then.
we could have. How are we doing, everyone? Thank you for everyone coming in and coming to watch.
Exciting. I'm nervous.
Why?
Because you're like a little celebrity, aren't
No, I'm not. I am nothing. I'm just me. I'm just me. I'm not no celebrity at all.
you? Yeah, I don't believe that for a second.
No, not in the slightest. How are we all doing anyway? How are you? How's your weekend been?
Good. Yeah, it's gone so quick though. But it's a
Yeah.
long one, isn't it? I'm going to take these
Yeah.
off because you can see my ring light and it's not very good, is it? Yeah, so
No,
no,
it is.
go on.
Go ahead. No, I was just going to say it is a long weekend, so enjoy it while it lasts.
Exactly. It's just started raining though, so it's not been too good.
We've had a tiny bit down here today, and nothing too bad. So,
Oh, hopefully it'll hold out till you get home.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. So, what should we start with then?
Okay, so if we just start with a bit about you. So, like, let's start with your childhood first.
Yeah.
So, what's your earliest memory?
Earliest memory was I've got there's a few there that keep popping up, but my earliest memory is when me and my mum and my mum's best friend who decided to support my mum and move over from Ireland to England together, and I was only 3 years old, and we were on a train with a tube. First time my mum had ever been on a tube. Obviously, first time I'd ever been on a tube or anything like that. And they didn't know how to stop the tube because they didn't know it was going to stop. So they were looking for bells like on the bus.
Oh, bless her.
So yeah, that's the first thing that I remember. And then there's some other things, but that's my first one.
The earliest. And where did you grow up? Was it in Ireland? Did you say?
So I was born in Ireland. I was born in Galway, but my family was from Leitrim, but then obviously back in the 80s, a single Catholic woman having a child didn't really go down well back then.
No.
So my mom was adamant that she wasn't getting rid of me or nothing like that. So like I said, her and her best mate, they said, right, let's go to England. My mom is English, and so we moved over, and we the first place we moved into was somebody's front room, and we were on their couch, me and my mum, for about a year or so. Gosh. I was 3 years old when that, but I loved it. It was just me and mum. So
yeah, was you a mummy's boy?
I don't know my father, so
right.
I know my mum is mum. She's been mum, father, everything for me. So I don't know anything else.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah.
And are you still quite close now?
I wouldn't say we're close. That I speak to my mum. Like my daughter's with my mum this weekend. and obviously, you know, we love her to bits. I'd like to be closer.
Yeah.
But just because of how I grew up, when I got older, I never really, my friends were my family, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's like that saying, is that you can choose your friends but you can't choose your family.
Yeah, definitely.
Was you a bit of a wild child, or was you quite sensible?
I grew up in some of the roughest places in northwest London. You know, I see my first gunshot at the age of 5. At the age of 5, you know, and I was only playing with a friend of mine that we lived in a block of flats in Willesden, northwest London. We lived in a block of flats called Donington Court, which they knocked down because it wasn't a nice place.
Yeah.
So yeah, I seen my first gun and person being shot was at 5. And then we moved in other places. We moved down to Kilburn, which is obviously, that's another, you know, we stayed around the Irish side of things quite a lot around there, but we then settled in Cricklewood, northwest London, and we had some of the, you know, for me, it's some of the best years that I had as a child, as a growing up into a teenager, but also a lot of difficult times.
Yeah.
A lot of difficult times.
At the age of 5, how do you process seeing someone being shot?
You don't. You just have your mom grab you by the back of the neck and drag you inside the house. But you know, down there, there's always even now there's always stuff going on.
Yeah.
You know, people. You don't hear half of the stuff that goes on down there. You hear the odd 2-3 things that come through the media, but the stuff that goes on all the other times,
Well,
so it's
he's just saying that's where his kids live with their mum
down in Willesden.
Is it Kilburn?
Kilburn, yeah. I grew up there. I mean, that's where, so that's where me and my mother moved to. The second place we moved to, and that was a B&B. Me and my mum lived in a B&B for about a year as well. No, about 6 months with the B&B before they would put my mum onto like the social housing and all of that.
Yeah.
So they put us up. It was like emergency accommodation. They put us in that, and I went to school I went to a school called St Mary's in Kilburn, which is a little primary school, Catholic primary school down there, before moving to Willesden for a little bit and then Cricklewood. So I was always around there. A lot of good memories. Back? I miss it. I miss the London life. But you know what? No, I wouldn't go back because that's memories. I'm making new and better ones now.
Yeah.
You know, I've got my family and my little girl and my beautiful woman, and we're just living life now, you know.
Yeah, the best way.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's anyone on your side that wants to ask a question, then feel free to pop over and I'll get the questions asked for you.
Yeah, jump over there, people, if you want any questions and put your questions for. Go on.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Are you married, did you say?
We're not married, no. We're not yet. We will be soon, hopefully, but not yet. But we've been together a long time. We've been together 13 years, one blip. We're not doing too bad. So, yeah, we're doing good. Really happy.
Oh, good. I'm pleased. I'm
Yeah.
very pleased. Not very often you hear that, though, is it? That people have been together that long.
No, it has its ups and downs. There's been a couple of mistakes on my behalf, but we move on and we strive to be better, and we're the strongest we've ever been, and the woman is my rock, so I can't help but love her.
Bless her heart. So she needs a medal then, really.
Yeah, to keep me for that long as well. Yeah.
When you were just going back to sort of like teenage years, that kind of thing, did you say you used to get into trouble, or would you say you were more of the get your head down?
Yeah. I hated school. The only times I liked school was doing stuff like design and technology, woodwork and things like that. I like that sort of stuff, art, things like that. Other than that, we used to walk out past the headmaster's after registration. We'd walk out past the headmaster's office and just walk straight out to school. I think my record of achievement, or whatever it's called, I had about in secondary school, I had about a 5% attendance record.
Really?
Yeah, I did not want to be there. I didn't want to be there. I wanted to be out there. I was trying to, but we wanted to have fun. Granted, it weren't the right sort of fun, because we were out there. We were out there nicking mopeds and things like that, and you know what I mean. Yeah. We got in. We started, getting into nicking cars and things like that, and we done all sort of stuff like that, and it was. I wouldn't change anything, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't recommend anyone to go do it.
No,
That makes sense.
Yeah.
If you can, me now, if I knew what I knew now, and could go back to when I was 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, I'd be a multi-millionaire by now.
Really? Gosh.
Yeah. So, but it is what it is.
After school, what did you so I can't get my words out. Where did after school take you?
After school took me to a life of crime. So I left school, and I was I was trying to get into apprenticeships and things like that, and doing stuff like that, but it was a case of because I didn't do the grades at school, I couldn't get into things, so it was my own fault. But I turned to try to make as much money as I could in places I could easily make money. I wanted to.
Not necessarily the right way.
No, it's not the right way. It's not the right way, but it was you wanted to make, all I wanted to do was make the money, I wanted to be going out with my friends. I wanted to have the newest trainers. I wanted to have this, and I didn't come from a family where my mom was a single parent, and she was with my dad's brother, my brother's dad. Sorry, because of the stroke, I mix words up.
That's fine.
But yeah, she was with my brother's dad, my youngest brother, but she was still a single mom, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because he was a wrong un. And yeah, so that was why I say to you that my friends were my family, because from the age of 11, 12, 13, all of the teenagers, I was on the roads, I was on the streets with my mates. I wouldn't come in until 9, 10 o'clock at night, and I'll be out and about. I'll be out as soon as I wake up in the morning. I'll be out off doing stuff, and you know what I mean, and trying to make money and nicking things and doing whatever we could. But I had my reasons for not being at home. I didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
So.
I've got Beck's just asking, what secondary school did you go to?
I went to a secondary school in Finchley, in East Finchley, called Bishop Douglas, in East Finchley. It was another Catholic school. I only chose that school because a mate of mine in primary school said, "Oh, I'm going to that school." So I said, "Yeah, I'll go to that one."
That's where you went.
That was it, yeah. So I could have gone to I could have gone to a lot of other ones, but yeah, no, I went to that one.
Yeah. So with your, like you said, obviously you got into a lot of crime and things like that. Would you say that was more your environment, or would you say that was more because of the friends you had? I
think it's a mixture of everything. I think it's a mixture of your environment. It's a mixture of your friends, the people that you're with. Some of them I'm still friends with. Some of them I'm not, and unfortunately, some of them I've lost, as in they ain't with us no more. Yeah. But I don't think anyone could put their finger on one thing in it like specific with what it is. It's life, you know. Yeah. It's a path that you choose, and you know, whether it be the right one or the wrong one, it's the path that's gonna make you who you are. So
yeah, and you can't change it, would you?
No.
And is there anything sort of about your childhood that you would change, sort of from any age, in particular?
Yeah, the life that I led when my mum met my youngest brother's dad. He was a wrong 'un. Mm-hmm. He was a wrong 'un. Okay. And when I was younger, he used to slap me about when I was a kid, because I wasn't his. He used to, like, my brothers would get Christmas presents, stuff like that. Like, there's a couple, like, they got bikes one year, and I got told I wasn't getting a bike, and no, that I weren't allowed to be on their bikes. And like, they got PlayStation one year, and again I was told, no, you can't touch that, it's not yours. He used to slap my mum about. He used to do all of this sort of stuff. And the way I can say it without actually saying it is, if you can imagine everything that's happened, domestic violence side of things, my mum's had it done, and I've witnessed it. I've witnessed everything. I've seen everything. And my mum slept on mine and my brother's. We only lived in a 2-bedroom flat, and there was 5 of us. And me and my mum and my brothers, my mum slept for 10 years. My mum slept on the floor of our bedroom. And then he's still's got a hold on my mum and my little brother, even though he's dead. Because he decided to, when I turned 18 and he started seeing the people that I was around and the reputations that we had and the stories that he was hearing and things like that, he got nervous, because I vowed to him, I said to him, one day me and you are going to be face to face.
Yeah.
And yeah, he left, and he went off down Somerset or somewhere like that. And when he done that, it went quiet for a bit, and then we heard the police came to us and said that he's been arrested. He's been arrested for 2 more accounts of domestic violence, assault. He's now on remand. So I told my mum, right, this is our point now. We've got to put our 2 pence piece in and make sure that he's never able to do it again, and things like that. And he decided to choose my little brother's birthday, my youngest brother. Mm-hmm. He chose that day to hang himself in prison.
Oh, so, goodness sake.
Yeah, if you ever get a chance to go on to Victoria, Derbyshire. Do you know Victoria, Derbyshire? the BBC presenter. She's done a few of the she's got a lot of stuff. She's big onto the mental health side of things.
Yeah.
If you ever get a chance to go on there and just Google James Casling, that's my little brother, and he's spoken about he speaks about mental health, his mental health, to Victoria Derbyshire, QPR Football Club absolutely helped him, got him out of his mind, everything. So yeah, we went through another few years of a lot of I say we're still going through it. Only there a few years ago he tried to take his life again, my youngest brother. He's cut from here. He's got scars everywhere. He's scars all in his neck and everything. He's tried jumping in front of trains. He's done all of the sort of stuff.
And that's down to his dad, is it?
Yeah, that's all down to his old man. Let's just put it, if he wasn't dead, I'd have killed him by now.
Yeah. It's not something you can stop. It's not something you can just switch off, is it? You always have it in the back of your mind.
Yeah. Well, the stuff that he did is always there.
Yeah.
It's always there. I've never spoken to people about it, like professionally. Mm-hmm. I've always dealt with stuff my own way.
Yeah.
I always bottled stuff up before, and it always led to me doing something stupid, getting into a fight or something like that. But I don't do that no more. You know, I don't do anything like that no more. I talk now. Yeah. You know, I talk about my story. I talk about my things, and you know, it's the best way. If I can I'm stuck.
Okay.
If I can push people the right way and put my story forward and try and help them, then I'll do that. And yeah, it's it is what it is, isn't
it? Everyone seems to say that, don't they? It is what it is. Did you ever sort of resent your mum for not leaving, or did you know how difficult it is to leave that kind of
No, I resented her.
You did?
Oh yeah. I resented her. I thought, how can you do this? But I know now, you know, when you sit back and you think about it, and you know, like, she was petrified. Yeah. You know, she was absolutely, until you've been in that situation, you don't know what you're going to do. No, you don't know how you can be, how you can just turn it all off, and you know what I mean? Like, he terrorized her. Like, I mean, terrorized her. Like, he used to remember. I remember he used to sit like on my bedroom, you know, in some of the flats, like especially the council flats and that. On the doors, they'd have the pane glass of just above the door. Yeah. So, and he used to sit there some nights, and my mum would be sat with her back against the door and her feet locked against the bottom of my bed. And he'd be sitting there with a ball, and it could be at like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, but he would sit there just bouncing the ball off of the glass, just to try and to mess with people, you know,
like a power thing, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, and yeah, like I said, if he wasn't dead, I'd have killed him myself by now.
You think? Yeah, well, you know, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how did he die? Do you know how he died, or did you just?
He hung himself. He hung himself.
Oh, of course, you did say that, didn't you?
Yeah,
Sorry.
he hung himself on my brother's birthday.
birthday.
Yeah, in prison.
Wow. So he's,
Yeah.
like you said, he's still managing to tame your lives without actually being here.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I am sorry you've had to go through so much. It's not what it is.
I wouldn't be where or who I am now if I didn't.
Yeah.
You know, I you can't. If I took anything out of my life, then I wouldn't be sat here right now talking to you.
True. Yeah.
You know, if I removed one thing happened like differently about my life, I wouldn't have Marcia and Addison.
Yeah.
You know, if I do anything differently to everything that I've been through, then yeah,
you wouldn't be you, would you?
Exactly. I wouldn't be me, and I wouldn't be in the position I am now.
Yeah.
You know.
But at what point did you say, right, enough's enough, no more crime? I've had enough.
When I was facing a 12-year sentence.
Oh wow.
Yeah, when I was facing a 12-year sentence, or a possible 12-year sentence, I should say, for fraud.
Right.
So, I got into a crowd, and I met a guy who I became very close to him, and we became good mates. But I always wondered why is he? How come he's able to drive these cars? How come he's able? I was making money, but not the money he was making. And he brought me in on stuff, and yeah, we done a lot of stuff. We done a lot of it was all credit card stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So like cloning, that kind of thing.
No, just it was identity, basically identity fraud.
Yeah.
I was just using other people's identities.
Yeah.
And yeah, they when I got caught, they wanted us. They wanted me and my partner at the time. They wanted everything from us. Yeah. They wanted all the cars. Well, they took all the cars. They took the motorbikes. They took the flats. They took everything. They took everything. So, but listen, it's down for them to do that, because it was all gained illegally, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, it wasn't mine.
Yeah.
You know, I would
understood that.
Yeah. You know, afterwards, when it happened, and I went through my court cases and all of that, and then I got my sentence, and I got my community service, and I got the fines, and I got this, that, and the other, and a bit of probation and things like that, and you know, I managed to get myself. I was just like, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm done. I've lost everything, so I'm done. It's all gone. And then I started proper working, like putting my getting my hands dirty.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And is that when you decided to leave London, or did you still stay there for a little while?
No, I was still in London. I started working on on cars, doing tyres. I started working on tyres. Oh, yeah. And then I worked my way through tyres up to getting my license. I was doing mobile tyres, and then I went for a stint of working in a warehouse with tyres, because I knew the tyre game, but I just didn't want to fit the tyres no more. So I went into a stint of working in that, and that's when I actually met Marcia. And then I left there, and I had my license. So I went back to fitting tyres, but I went back to fitting agriculture and commercial tyres. So I went back to doing lorries and tractors and stuff like that, all the big stuff. And I was doing that for a good few years. And and yeah, from when I went into my first car garage down in Willesden, I've not worked since. You know,
Yeah.
like I think this is right now. This is one of the longest periods of time that I've had off of work.
Right. Oh, bless you.
So yeah.
And how did you meet Marcia? Was it?
So
Did
we
she come to
worked
see you,
together.
or?
Yeah, we worked together. She was a business development manager for the tire company. So she used to go around to the garages and the she used to be in charge of a few big dealerships and stuff like that to look after their tires, like their supplies. And yeah, she was married. She was with her husband, or her ex-husband. I was with my ex-girlfriend at the time, and we were working together. And then I got sacked from that job a bit of time later, and we stopped contact. We had a friendship, like all of us had a friendship there, but we stopped contact. And then about a few months later, she found out that I'd split up with my girlfriend. She had separated from her husband and had moved into her own place. And she found out where I was working, so she came down to come down and see me and to get some work done. So I turned around and I said to her, well, listen, leave your stuff here with me and then come back and get it at the end of the evening. And I rang her up and told her, listen, leave it until closing time and we'll go for a drink. And then, yeah, that's sort of like history then. It just
went from there.
We've just been there since.
Gosh.
So yeah, she huh?
We've been inseparable.
We had, like I said, we've had our blip, but yeah, no, since then pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. And you said earlier, didn't you, you'd never go back to is it Kilburn?
I wouldn't go back in there. I wouldn't go. Cricklewood is where I grew up most of my life. Is the big thing, but yeah, I wouldn't go back there. I'm where we are now in Aylesbury. It's nice and it's good for work, and it's, you know, it's all about, I don't know. I'm not comfortable. I'd like us to move somewhere else, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Our end game, I think, will be getting to Canada at some point.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. And so where does the name The Fat Tanker come from?
Because I'm fat and I used to drive a tanker.
You're not.
Oh, I am. That's it. Because I used to be called, I used to have just a straightforward name. I think it was even mine. I just used to, and I just, like, one day I was sat there when it came to like being able to change my name, and I was like, I just thought, maybe I need it. Maybe I need a catchy name, you know. And I was like, a play on words of obviously being a fat, you know, you know. You hear people say that all the time, and I thought, oh well, how about the fat tanker? I drive tankers. That's what I drive for a living, and yeah, I'm fat, so it's just.
Oh, it's brilliant! I love it.
Yeah. So, and it's just stuck, and now, I mean, the majority of people just call me Tanker. You know, so, but yeah, it's just kind of stuck now. I don't think I'd ever change it now.
So do they call you Tanker meaning the other word? Or do they
possibly it's a possible there's a few of them on there, I reckon.
No, I don't believe that. Mickey said, where in Canada would you like to move to or live? No?
So we would probably move back to where her family's from. So Marcia grew up in a place called Goose Bay, Labrador, which is, if you know Canada, it's in the middle of nowhere. And like cold, really, really cold. It was a NATO base, so she grew up in sort of around military lifestyle, and that's how she met her ex-husband, because he was RAF. but that's then her mum and dad, a few years ago, they decided that they were going to move back to where they're originally from, which is Newfoundland.
Right.
Which is just off of the coast of Canada, so the east coast, closest to us. You fly over it. If you're going to New York or somewhere like that, you fly over Newfoundland as you're going into going over there. And that's where we go to. When in the summertime, it's beautiful. It's green everywhere. There's lakes all over the place. People are out on the sea-doos and the jet skis and things like that, and all of that. A lot of people normally have a little log cabin out on the lake and things like that.
God, I'd love that.
Yeah, and then in the wintertime, it's like a movie. Honestly, it's like a Christmas movie because everything's covered in snow. All the houses have got lights on them. People are out on the ski-doos, so they're out on the snowmobiles and things like that, and the quad bikes, and it's just. It's absolutely amazing. It's so beautiful there.
I'd like to come for a holiday when you move out, please.
Yeah. We'll have a TikTok one. We'll get everyone over. I'm sure Newfoundland would love that.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I'm sure they would. The whole of TikTok over in Newfoundland.
Gosh, that'd be a nightmare, I think. So what advice would you give your children, obviously based on your previous experiences?
I've only got one child, and my little princess is an absolute godsend to us. My little girl's got Down syndrome, and she is the most loving, amazing little girl. I mean, she is. I know I'm biased, but she is a breath of fresh air to everyone that meets her, because she gives me even from she had heart surgery at 5.5 months.
Oh wow.
5 months old, yeah, and she had full open heart surgery to have her heart repaired. But even before that, we didn't know. We didn't know about her heart because she didn't give us any trouble. She slept through the night since 2 weeks old. We took her on a plane. Well, we had the echogram done on her heart, and the doctor was like, right, I want it done now. I want it done. But we were ready. We were about to go on a plane to Calgary in Canada because Marcy's brother was getting married, and we were like. Luckily, the doctor said if it wasn't such an important event, I would be telling you to cancel. And we'd get. So they let us go to Canada. So even there, we flew her. She had a broken heart, but she still had gave us no trouble, nothing. And even to this day now, she's good. She's in mainstream school. She's working her little socks off, and she makes me and her mom proud every single day. Because she absolutely blows all the stereotypes and the myths that you hear about children with Downs and things like that, with disabilities, special needs. She blows them out of the water. And Marcia, one bit of advice to everyone that is, going through pregnancies, or you've got a risk of children with Downs or special needs or anything like that. Marcia, she says this one quote to her, to everyone always, and it sticks with me. The fact that, yeah, we've got a child with disabilities. Yes, we've got a child with special needs, and you'll be told all the time that she can't, or your child can't do this, can't do that, can't do that. But they can. We just take the scenic route. So it's just a little bit behind time. Yeah. It's just a little bit slower, but they will get there.
They'll get there. Oh, I love that.
and yeah, so we if I could give her any advice, it's just to be her, just to keep being her.
Yeah.
Don't worry about anything else.
They're all saying how amazing she sounds and what a little warrior she is. I've seen her pop into lives a couple of times, and she's always got a smile on her face.
She is. She always is. She is an absolute trooper. She is. She really is.
Oh, I bet she makes you proud all the time.
Always.
And how did you all cope with sort of lockdown and?
First lockdown started off right, but that's when we had our little blip, and then me and Marcia have got back together at the end of August, September I think it was, and now the second lockdown has been, I'd say, probably tougher.
Okay.
I think it's been tougher because of what's happened with Addison's had to shield since October. So she hadn't been anywhere. She hadn't been to school. She hadn't been out properly. She hadn't been anything since October. And obviously then on the 17th of January, I had my stroke.
Yeah.
So lockdown's been the toughest for Mars. I think for Marcia it's been the toughest. Being at home as well, she's having to work. She had to work from home, and then have Addison, and then obviously from the 17th of January. Sorry, she then had to take care of me.
Obviously, you mentioned your stroke. How did that come about? Like, because obviously I'm assuming you were very healthy. You know,
I was on
no signs.
I say I had no signs. So 2 years ago, I had influenza, and I collapsed at work, and I went into hospital, and they were, your blood pressures are really high. Your blood pressures are high. So my GP then started looking at me. Your blood pressure, and then they stopped. They just stopped. I was like, okay, so I must be all right. And then the 17th of January, I was at home. Addison was at the table eating her dinner, and me and Mars were sat down on the couch eating our kebabs. We decided that it was my last night of rest. So it was my 2 days off, and I was going back to work on Monday morning, and we were sat there we decided to have a kebab. We'd been out the day getting the shopping done, food shopping and things like that, essentials and that, and we decided to get a kebab to take away and get home, sit down and relax the last part of the Sunday evening, and we were watching the watching the Masked Singer.
Yeah.
And I just remember saying to Mars that I said, it's Glenn Hoddle. I was like, it's Glenn Hoddle. I just said, yeah, it's Glenn Hoddle's that one. And all of a sudden, I just got this thing happen here. And my eyes went. And all I could do was focus my eyes on the back doors, the back patio doors. And I said to Mars, I said, something's not right. And she was like, what? What are you on about? You know, because I'm always messing around and taking the mick or something.
Yeah.
And she was like, what are you doing? You know, like eat dinner and all that. And I said, no. I said, Marcia, something's not right. And she then turned around. She was like, speak properly. Why are you speaking like that? Not realizing that I started to slur.
Yeah.
I started to slur and start to lose. And she was like, and this is when she looked at me, and she seen by looking at me, she was like, oh, okay, something isn't right. And I was like, no, it's not right. I can't pick up my fork. I couldn't move my hand. I couldn't move anything. I couldn't move my eyes off of the door. And also Marcia had started to walk around. I couldn't see her. I could not see her. It wasn't until she got right in front of me that I could see her. And I kept saying to her, I can't move my fork. I can't move my knife. I can't move anything. And I was slurring and saying weird stuff she was saying. And from that moment, I kind of don't remember things, but she told me she tried to stand me up. She should see what my balance was like. And I just went straight back into the couch, and I was slurring, and I couldn't remember what day it was. I couldn't remember my birthday. I couldn't remember her name.
Wow.
I knew who she was. I just couldn't remember her name. And then Marsh got on the phone, and within 3 minutes of her getting on the phone, I had the first responder at my door. They were quick. I got put down as a category A patient, and he was there. He was literally there. And before Marcia had even closed the front door, he was by my side, putting a cannula in my hand to get me the meds into me.
And how old are you? So if you don't mind me asking.
I'm 36.
36. Wow.
Yeah. And so yeah, then the paramedics turned up, or the ambulance crew turned up. And they were like, okay, they started explaining stuff to Marcia, saying, I think he's had a stroke. I was adamant. I was like, no, I'm fine. I'm not going to hospital. I'm fine. But I was slurring. I was saying Thursday, today's Thursday, and stuff like that. And then it hit me because Addison came over and sat next to me, and I couldn't remember her. I couldn't remember her. I knew who she was, but I could not remember her name. I could not say her name. And that broke me. And then I couldn't say Marcia. And I was looking, and I was saying, what's her name? What's your name? And yeah, then they took me to the hospital. And they took me there, and I was put straight into a scanning machine and all of that. And yeah.
And what's going through your mind? Like, obviously, you're saying, I'm fine, there's nothing wrong, but obviously when you've gone from having your dinner to being in a scan machine, what's going through your mind? Are you
at
thinking
that point
stroke?
I can't remember. All I know is that when I started remembering, all I had coming through my head was words, just these words. It's because the part that I had my stroke in, is around your vocal, not your vocal box, but but that's where you.
Is that my side? It's not, is it?
I'm back. Am I back?
Yeah, back. Yeah. I was like, is that my side?
No, it was me. Yeah, so the that's where the words and speech comes from, is at that part of the brain, and that part of the brain is what died on me that night. Yeah. So, but now, even now, all I've got going through my head is words, and that's why sometimes I get stuck, or I lose words. My concentration. If you notice, like when I'm talking to you, my eyes go off. I'm concentrating, but my eyes, because all I'm thinking about is words.
Yeah.
It's all I've got going through my head constantly is like somebody's just sitting there putting words. And yeah, but I mean, yeah, I'm 36. I'm a lorry driver, but I'm still here. I mean, if it had been 24 hours, exactly 24 hours later, I would have been having my stroke, driving a 44-ton lorry down the M25 at 56 mile an hour.
God.
And that's so I'm glad it happened when it did.
That's scary. That is so scary to think that if it had been any later.
Yeah.
So, what do you remember, like, when you came round and you were sort of a bit more aware of what was going on?
The only thing I remember is not being able to speak. Everything they asked me, I wanted to say. I could hear what I wanted to say. Everything was in my head. It wasn't coming out. It was not coming. Nothing would come out of my mouth. I don't. I mean, I speak okay now. But I used to speak a lot better.
Yeah.
And yeah, I never used to a lot and things like that. But that's all I remember. Is not I could not get any words out. Anything that they asked me, I could not say the answer.
Yeah.
But I would be able to, when I wanted to, like, it's weird because when I would speak, I would get stuff to come out, but it wouldn't be anything to do with what I wanted.
Right.
And that's like now, like sometimes I could be sat there talking about the most weirdest thing or the most mundane thing, and I will say the most ludicrous word you could think of. It will just come out, and I'm like, no, I didn't want to say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just.
Did you get quite frustrated with yourself, or did you just take it in your stride?
No, it's frustrating. I still get frustrated.
Yeah, because I remember seeing your live. I think it was your first one after you had your stroke, and from then to now, what a massive difference.
Yeah, I think a lot of things have helped. But I
like
still
speech
get frustrated.
therapy and things like that.
I've done speech therapy, but unfortunately, 2 weeks after I had my stroke and I started on medication, and I started on a medication called statin, I suffered really badly with pains. So whether they don't know whether it was the stroke and the nerve endings and all of that coming back, or whether the statins can. I'm still suffering from now the pains, like my legs. Like my legs, my legs on fire every day. Like it got to some points where it got to points where Marcia had to dress me, where Marcia had to clean me and help me to do everything. And to be 36 years old, very independent, and a manly man, if that makes sense. To go to being like a baby, and losing everything that I worked so hard for. It's hard. Still is.
Oh, imagine how
Still
that
is.
how it felt.
Yeah.
When they told you it was a stroke, did you think, no, they've got it wrong? I'm 36. Yeah. I can't have had a stroke.
Yeah, I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to. It was. Yeah, it was difficult. It was difficult. The hardest thing was when they turned around and told me about my driving. I've only just got my all clear to drive a car, but I'm not allowed to drive a lorry until a year after my stroke. And also, I'm at an even higher risk now of having another one. And I'm also now just recently found out that I was undiagnosed diabetic, which is probably one of the reasons why I had the stroke. So yeah, I'm now on a lot of medication that I will be now for the rest of my life. And I'm also on diabetic now. So I'm allowed to drive my car now. I can drive cars. I got the all clear to drive a car. I'm just not allowed to drive a lorry
until a year later.
At least. And then once I do that, once I get through that year without any more problems, I will then have to have a medical and get signed off by the doctors to say that I can drive again, and then I will have to have a medical every 6 months. At my own cost.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Like, do you think, well, it's not worth it, I'm not going to bother, or do you think, do you know, I'm going to do it, I'm going to be who I was?
It changes from day to day.
Yeah.
Some days I can sit there and I can be, yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to get through this, I'm going to get I'll be driving a lorry again. And then there's other days think, well, why should I bother? Why? I'm 36 and what have I, you know, I've done a lot of bad things in the past and everything, but I didn't think I'd done that bad enough that I've had so much taken away from me. Like I don't like the last 3 months since it's happened. I don't get nothing. I get no payment for work. I don't get you know, I can't go into work. I have to wait until occupational I have to wait for occupational health to sign me off, and allow me back on site like work, which obviously, but they want to put me possibly somewhere that I don't want to be, because I don't like. I'm not a stay indoor office type person.
No.
That's not me. Yeah. So yeah, it changes from day to day.
Yeah. Where do you find the strength to just keep being you?
My family. My Mars has been my rock. Like she's amazing. Like she's gone through everything with me, and having to keep working, and looking after our child, and everything. And yeah, she's just, I draw strength off of her, and just know that I've got to try and get back to as close as I can be back to me. I don't think I'll ever be 100%, but I'll try to get as close.
You've got so much support behind you, though. It's unreal.
There's a lot of good people. There's a lot of good people. And you know what? no matter what, however I can, I'll repay back to everyone that's supported me with my support to them. You know, but I mean, I'm just a guy that's, you know, I'm just me. You know, I'm not like, you know, I'm not like people like Dave Watson. I'm not like people like you know, our police. I'm not like, you know, the military boys and vets and the emergency services and all of these sorts of people. I'm not, you know, I'm just me. These people are going through. They're the heroes. That's why with my charity live, I had to split the money. I had to give it to the people that don't get recognised. The doctors and the nurses and all of that, they're all amazing, and they got me better and everything. But do you know what? The guy that got to me in 3 minutes, and the emergency and the ambulance service that got to me and blue lighted me into hospital, and then just walk away without me being able to say thank you or anything. That's why I had to split the money, and I was lucky enough to be able to give SCAS, who are our ambulance service, I was able to give them £7,500.
Wow.
You know, and that's what, as a collective, the people that were in my life, the people that got involved, you know, Tom Hesketh and Bronny and all the other people that got involved with the Take Me Out, and all of this stuff. They smashed it. I just came along. I just came along and
they were there for you though, weren't they?
They were, but you know, it's I'm just me. I'm just me.
I think anyone that I've spoken to, and I've mentioned your name, has never had a bad word to say about you, ever.
Thank you.
And I think for one person to have that kind of impact on so many people is amazing.
Thank you.
And truly, like, I think you are amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I think everyone's amazing, and you know, everyone goes through things. You know, everyone's got issues. Everyone's got problems, and you know, I'm just a normal person that I'm going to try and use my story, and if it can help people, especially with like the stroke side of things, then I'll do it. I'll do it. And I've already met some amazing people, like some other youngsters that have suffered from strokes, and I'm very, very lucky. I'm very lucky, compared to some of the people I've met. I'm very lucky.
Yes, he said, Steph's put in the comments here, someone's story can be someone else's survival guide.
And that I agree with, and that one, yeah, I will. You know, people can come to me. They know where I am, and if I can't help, I know I know other people that can, and I can point them in the right direction. I'll never give people. I'll just give my opinion. I'll never give them the advice, because I'm not trained or professional in anything like that. That's not me. But do you know what? If I can listen and just then say, look, this is my opinion, you know, then I'll do it.
Everyone's just saying how amazing you are. Mickey said, "Keep doing what you're doing, brother." One and only says, "Please tell him us mods love him very much."
No, I love my mods. I love my mods a lot.
Is there anything like that you can do to maybe not prevent, because I don't know if you can prevent another stroke, or is there things that they've told you to stay away from, things to watch out for?
Yeah, so I was smoking.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had a cigarette since the 17th of January.
Wow.
They said to me, "Oh, do you smoke?" I said, "Yeah." They said, "Not anymore."
Oh,
So if you smoke, people, I know you hear it, all these other things, but, you know, there's a lot of stuff that you don't hear about smoking causes you. Everyone always hears the big C, you know, it's the worst. The smoking, that was a big factor. Stress was a big factor. If you're stressed out and everything, find something that will help you de-stress. Find something that will get, you know, even if you just go for a walk or something, if that's what it is, then do it. If not, talk to somebody, talk to your partner, talk to somebody. And the other stuff, it was my weight was a reason, and my blood pressure and that. My blood pressure when I had my stroke and was taken into hospital, I was 256 over 137.
Jeez.
My blood pressure. Yeah. And yeah, when you should be anything below the bottom number is the one you're looking at, and anything below 90 is good. Yeah. And then I've done some prick tests on the sugar levels, and the highest one I've had so far was you should be between 4 and 7 on your sugar levels. I was on 23. No, 23.6. I was. So yeah, so look after yourself. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a glutton for punishment, me, because I love my stuff. I love I love, you know, having nice food and you know, good stuff that tastes amazing is not good for you, basically.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. It's I'm just amazed, like how you come out the other side and you're still smiling. A lot of people would have just gone, nah.
It's been hard.
Yeah.
It's been hard, and there are times where I've just thought, nah, fuck this. You know what I mean?
And what keeps you going when you feel like that?
I'm not a quitter.
I can tell.
You know, I'm not a quitter, and I'm not going to quit on my family. I'm not going to quit on Mars. I'm not going to quit on my daughter. You know, I'm not one of them. You know, that's not me.
And I bet she's so proud of you.
Both of them are. Mars tells me she's proud of me all the time, especially, you know, obviously with me getting my car license back recently. You know, that's given me a lot of independence back.
What was it like getting in a car again after that?
I walked straight out of the doctor's surgery after getting the all clear with my eyes. That was the only thing I was waiting on, was my eyes. And yeah, I walked in. I walked over to the car. Mars was sat in the driver's seat. I opened the door. I said, "Right, over you go." I said, "Over you go." I said, "This is my car. It's my stuff. I want my seat back."
I bet she moved over gladly, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. To be fair, she did. Yeah.
Bless her heart. UK Wild Fairy says, how does he like the sugar-free sweets?
Oh, don't. They gave me the shits. They were amazing. UK Wild Fairy, she knows I love her to bits. She's become a very big part of our life. And she ordered me a box of sugar-free sweets from Woodward's Confection.
Yeah.
And they turned up and I was so excited. I had no sweets. And yeah, I ate far too many of them in one go. But what I didn't know was until when I got down to picking up my daughter for that weekend. She was with her. It was not long ago. She was at her godmother's house, and I went down. We went down to pick her up, and I didn't know that sugar-free sweets are laced with laxatives.
Yes.
Did not know that.
I
found that out the hard way. Yeah, I found that out the hard way. And yeah.
Oh no.
I was like, listen, I'm going to be crude here a little bit. I never knew you could shit water. Like,
you do.
Oh my God, it was. Oh yeah, it was.
So you're avoiding those from now on, yeah?
Yeah. I haven't picked one up since. I've still got the box, but I've still not. That live was hilarious. I've just seen it in the first guy. I just flicked the screen. I haven't had my comments on. I've just flicked the screen on because I thought I wanted to see. And
send them back to Woodward's. So you want your money back.
Well, no. Oh, they just. Yeah, they went through me like butter. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah, don't do that again.
No. I won't be doing that again.
Don't send him anymore. Steph has said, what is one piece of advice that you were given that stuck with you?
In what sense?
Probably from like, I don't know, maybe
in life or on the stroke or
in life. Yeah,
in life. I'm gonna say it. I think the best bit of advice is from a close person to us, to all of the people. A lot of people in my life is the Stay Nelson movement, and it's what Ben says is be yourself and don't give a fuck what anyone says or thinks.
I love it.
You know, that's it. Just be you.
Yeah, I love
that's
that.
It.
Yeah,
that's probably one of the best. The best bit is there's loads of stuff that is all cliche and all of that, but yeah, this here, this is something that is special to a lot of people on here.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen so many people wearing them. Amazing.
Yeah.
What's the one thing that you've given up that you miss the most?
What's one thing? There isn't something that I've given up that I miss, because I've given it up for a reason.
Yeah.
And that's for me to be alive. But to have my lorry license taken away from me, that's what I miss the most.
Yeah.
Being able to go and work. To be able to go and work and do what I've got to, what I want to do, and do what I worked hard for and all of that, and to be able to survive, to provide for my family and all of that. That's probably the hardest thing. Yeah.
You'll get there. You will. Rosie said, what would life be like in 5 years' time?
I hope to be married. I hope to be probably living in Canada, and I want to be, I want to be successful. I want to use the time. I'm waiting at the moment. I have started a business it's not trading yet, but I'm just, Marcia is so busy at the moment with work and that I'm not a person that sits on the computers and things like that. That's not me. I can't do that. But once the business is up and running, I'm a worker. So, when it gets to that, hopefully when I can get a chance with Mars that we get a bit of time to sit down and concentrate on a few things, then fingers crossed, successful. And me and Mars can have what she wants, and we can have what we want, and we can just have a nice, comfortable life.
Yeah, definitely. And how did you become part of this Stay Nelson?
I've followed Ben for a while. When I first come across Ben, I thought he was an absolute prick. I did. I thought he was an absolute knob, but then I started watching more and more of his videos. And then there were times where I'd be sat there next to Marcia and I'd go, "Here, watch this." And she'd say, "Oh, I thought I thought you thought he was a knob." I said, "I do, but just watch this." And then we'd watch it and I'd go, "He might be a knob, but I tell you what, he's speaking the truth." he's speaking, and then more and more it happened like that, more and more and more, and then we became like at the start of the year. Obviously, he had SN was out, the Stay Nelson lot was out, and he had his collaborations with people and stuff like that, and we started the Mr. and Mrs. We started the Mr. and Mrs. He started the Mr. and Mrs. Friday nights and we loved being a part of that. He asked me and Marcia to be a part of it, being one of the couples, and we loved being a part of that. And then, certain things happened on TikTok. I'm not going to talk about that, but certain things that happened on TikTok, and me and Ben became closer, and then he gave me a lot of support, when I had the stroke and everything, and we spoke a lot and everything. And then one night he done one of the most amazing things that he done for me, and he managed to raise £1,000, just over £1,000 for me and Mars, and they paid it managed me, it let me pay off a year's worth of medication. So I got the card to say that I don't have to pay no more. I was able to pay that. We got a blood pressure machine for at home, so I was able to get that. And him and Mummy Rants, they got together, and we were all on the live together, and he pushed it, and him and Mummy Rants donated themselves. And then at the end of it, he turned around and said, "Right," he goes, "Do you want to be my manager? Do you want to be my Stay Nelson manager?" And I jumped at it, because being a part of it and being close like that, it means a lot to me. It means a lot to me. And I've met up a couple of times, and he's given me a couple of jumpers that have got manager on it. I've got a few specialized ones and things like that. And it's just,
he shaved his eyebrows from there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, and his face and his beard. He shaved the beard. Yeah, and he donated a hoodie there that we auctioned it off for £1,000. Wow. He's done as well as doing the bits there, he's done a lot for me, and he's given me a lot of support, and he's a good egg. He really is. He's, you know, me and him, we became friends, and we speak a lot out of TikTok, and yeah, he's a good egg. That family they're a good bunch of people.
Yeah,
they are
they
a good
do
bunch of
that.
people. They are. They really are.
Has TikTok helped you quite a bit?
Oh, massively.
Yeah.
Massively. I don't think I'd be speaking the way I speak now if it wasn't for my lives and things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, definitely.
Helped you.
Yeah.
Good. Just trying to see
and all the
tattoos. Just trying to have a look at your tattoos on your arm.
Oh, I'm dying to get it finished. So I've got that, which is obviously.
Oh, I love that.
But I've got that,
wow,
which is the new Joker, the Whacking Phoenix one. But I'm supposed to be getting. I was booked in for the 15th of January to have Jack Nicholson put on here. But obviously COVID happened again, lockdown happened again, so that got cancelled, and then I had my stroke. So yeah. But I've got a full sleeve coming, and I'm hoping that the blood thinners that I'm on now ain't gonna affect me too badly, that I can get it. But I can't. If I'm honest, I'm going to be totally honest. Personally, right now, I can't afford it because I'm not working. You know, the money that I've got, I need for the house, for the stuff for me and what Marcia earns and things like that. You know, we've still got to live. We've still got to have the house sorted out. With the you know, Addison is a growing child. It was her birthday there last month. You know, so yeah, so the tattoo can wait. I mean, it's right here. Look, I've got. It's supposed to be a cover. I'm getting it covered, see. So at the moment, it looks like I've been to a dodgy tattoo artist because half of the tattoo is half covering another tattoo. But you know,
brilliant.
I'll get it done someday.
You will.
I'll get it done someday.
If you ever decide you want to do like a charity live again and you want Mickey's Army's help, we would be more than happy.
I will take part in people's lives like I have to. But I tell you what, being an organizer behind a charity live with Tom, with Bronnie, Marcia, with all, you know, Rosie and Nosy Parker and all the contestants that I had on the Take Me Out and all of that. That was probably one of the most stressful months I have ever had. That was
it's not like a one night thing, is it? It's literally weeks before.
Yeah. Oh, massively. And we done it. We that's why we did it. We did it with such a gap from when we announced it to where we didn't want to, because we thought, you know what, if we do it any quicker, it's going to be, you know, it's going to fall down. And sorry to say it, but to some other people's, it has happened that way, that the charity live is, and that's a shame, but it's collapsed. And whereas our one, I think, I'm biased, but me personally, I think it was one of the best I've seen.
It was amazing.
You know, we had such a laugh.
You had Papa Blaze as well, didn't you? He took part. Yeah. I popped in and out all throughout the
Ben's awesome.
hours.
Ben's awesome. I can't wait to meet him. Honestly, he's another one that I cannot wait. Yeah, he's awesome. He's always up. You ring him and he's like, yeah, I'll do it. Tell me, just give me a time and I'm there. And yeah,
he is. Yeah, because obviously I don't know if you're aware, but he's part of Mickey's Army. And
yeah, I watched his one, and yeah,
that was tough.
yeah, I watched his one, and I watched, and obviously I've got mad love for Dave Watson. like that man is he's an absolute hero, that bloke. And yeah, and I had to switch off his. You know, I'm a massive supporter of military personnel. I've never been. That might have been a path that I chose, but I went the other path.
Yeah.
I think I would have been good at it, and also police. If I'd stayed on the side of that, I would have been a good copper. But I went the other way. But I tell you what, the love and the support and the admiration I have for any military, any sort of military, is just, for me, there's nothing better for me. And the way that, and I go right away from the way they are now, all the way through to how they're treated when they leave the military and stuff like that, and the way they are. Some people have forgotten about and things like that. Yeah.
Because we've had Mickey and Toby. They did a walk for veterans that are homeless. There's so many. You just don't realise.
Yeah, I'm not going to go. If I was to start on that, I would be here for another. Yeah, it boils my piss.
Yeah.
The fact that people are given homes and benefits and things like that, and yet we've got no. And I'm trying to be as politically correct and things like that, but I'm just going to say it, that we've got military personnel, military vets sat on the streets of London with no house, no food, no nothing like that, and these people gave up their life for us to be able to have a house and have food and have all of this stuff, and now they're sat with nothing, and the government and things like that can't help them. Won't help them. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And it's just
He said, how much would getting your tattoo finished? No, let me start again. How much would it cost for your tattoo to get finished? It's gonna be a big piece, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got one, two, three. I reckon I've got about. Oh, I've got to work it out now. 3, 6. I've probably got about another 15 or so hours to have done. If I add it all up, and then if you add it all up, I mean, the tattoo artist I've got, who is, I mean, you can see he's pretty special, and he charges £70 an hour, which is sort of like the going rate. So
I can't even attempt to work that out.
Yeah, so I've got about a good 15 hours work to be done. So yeah, listen, it will happen when it happens, and
it will. Yeah,
that's
and
it.
I want to see the finished product.
Oh, I can't wait! Like I literally, like I'm so proud of what I've had done so far already. And one of the things is like, people always say, oh, the Joker, you know. Yes, you know, the Joker is an amazing character, because he shows every sort of emotion that you can go through. If you watch the movies and you watch the comic books and all that, you can see mental health throughout it. Like, I mean, seriously, if you look through it and everything. But one of the biggest things for me is, no matter how I'm feeling, no matter how down I am, I've always got a smile.
I love that. Absolutely.
I've always got a smile. So,
Trucker Dan, do you know Trucker Dan?
Yeah.
He's put, if you can have tattoos done, he'll pay for it for you to be done.
Oh, no, really, no. 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 Don't be silly. No.
Wow.
I don't. No. Thank you. I appreciate it, but no. I'll. It'll get done when it gets done, and yeah.
There you go. There's your answer.
It'll get done when it gets done. Yeah.
Bless you. Well, I would just like to say thank you.
No, thank you.
Is there anything else that you?
No, if there's anyone else that's got any other questions, they can. Yeah. But no, other than that,
you've been amazing.
Thank you.
Like you said, keep being yourself.
Somebody's coming. Somebody's coming. Somebody's coming.
You still on?
Yeah, I'm still on.
We're gonna say goodbye with you.
Oh wow! Hey.
Right, hang on,
all right, hold on, people. Somebody's coming.
Right, go.
He
I
just.
can't get in. I'm too small.
Ben, Tankman is not ignoring you. It just he needs a haircut. I do. I'm Tuesday. I'm going.
There you go.
Tuesday, I'm going.
Let Ben do it. You know, he's good for the eyebrows and the beard.
Look, my eyebrows have come back really nice.
Oh, you're going too. I'm not coming.
Right, so I've got the girls come up with me. Flash as well.
Hi. Wow, look at you. You're so beautiful.
All right, Flash. We've obviously, there's Marcia, there's Rosie, 30-something Singleton, and there is Flash. Kimberly Nicole. And there's little Flash.
Oh my God.
Little flashy boy.
He's beautiful. What breed is he?
What breed?
Shih Tzu.
Sorry.
Trucker Dan has just said, I can't take no for an answer. They'll help me with let him help you with the cost at least.
I listen. I can't. I'm not gonna. You won't get me to say yes. You will not get me to say yes, but I appreciate it. I really do.
Absolutely amazing. And Marcia, I take my hat off to you. You are an amazing woman. You're amazing. Both of you.
Is he all right there?
I do what I have to do.
Bless him.
I do what I have to do, but I want to do it.
You do, but you smile through it as well, and you're amazing. You're both just got so much love for you both. It's unreal.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
No, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for doing it. We got Flash. Flashy is like really in my mouth, in my ear there. Say hi, Flash.
Look at him.
There he goes again.
Oh, I love him. Are you coming to Canada with us?
He's awesome. He is absolutely great. No, thank you very much for doing this with
legend.
me.
I love him.
How much alcohol has been consumed by the ladies? None yet.
None.
But no, thank you so much. Thank you to everyone that came in. Do a little plug here. Remember, everyone, Stay Nelson merch is in my bio. Head over there. It's in Ben's bio as well. Go and grab some merch.
Thank you all.
Ben. Love you, Ben.
Yeah. Head over there. Ben's merch is over there. He's got an amazing summer collection going on at the moment. You know, the ladies' dresses, the polo shirts, the you know, the gym gear, everything. Head over there, smash it out, and yeah, we appreciate you coming in and doing this this live with me.
Thank you for agreeing. Like, I've been lost for words, and it very rarely happens. Very rarely happens. So
no, thank you. Like I said, I'm just me.
Well, keep being you, like you
Thank
said.
You.
Go on, right in the ear. Right in the ear.
Yeah. See, don't do shit like that, because I'll just it will backfire on you.
Oh, love you all. You're all amazing. Absolutely.
It's getting hot in here.
It's getting hot in here.
Not on the live. Wait. Bless you. Well, thank you again.
There we go, people.
Yay!
Wait,
Which is cool.
Absolutely amazing. Mickey's Army, you keep doing it as well. You lot smashing it, and you know, if you ever got any charity lives going or anything like that, just give me a call and I'll be there to help out.
Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you, and I will speak to you very, very soon.
Yeah, no worries. I'm off. Oh, not long. Listen, people, Line of Duty finals on tonight.
I've heard about this.
Oh,
I've lost my living room.
Oh,
Can't wait. Right, absolutely love to
football.
everyone. Thank you so much, and yeah,
keep being you.
Link tree in the bio. Take care.
Nice to meet you all.
Take care. Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Wow. I'm gobsmacked. Absolutely gobsmacked. Thank you. I'm sorry I wasn't talking to you all. Like, I just could not, like... Thank you. I'm sorry I cried. I did not mean to cry. What a family. Absolutely gobsmacked. Well, I just want to thank you all for being here. You're all just amazing. Oh, you cried too? Thank you, Shell. I still can't. I'm still lost for words. Yeah, to be honest, at one point I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this. But he is so amazing. And Marcia, I take my hat off to both of them. I really do. Thank you, Marie. So, yeah, I'm sure we'll have him back at some point. Like he said, he doesn't mind being on the other side of her live now, so we'll have to think of something for him to do. I'm meant to tell you now what we've got coming up next, and I can't remember. We've got a quiz on Friday at 8, I believe. That is with myself v Ben, with Holly as the quiz master. And then Sunday we've got Q&A. Holly, that's it. Yeah, is it Toby asking Holly? Oh my god, Toby's asking Holly, I think, at 8 on Sunday. There'll be videos, I promise. But again, I just want to thank you all for your support. You're all amazing. Steph, thank you for being here from start to finish and staying awake for me. I appreciate it. Shell, love you. I'm going to go and eat ice cream. And I will speak to you all really soon.